Hi everybody, Kim Marshall here from Roots and Wings, and I have an important topic to discuss with you today on this new video. We're going to be answering a question that comes up a lot. My child is in full-time care, preschool or daycare, entering kindergarten. What's the difference? They've been going to school 5 days a week full-time, and now they're entering kindergarten, right? What is the difference between these two programs? And to help me answer this question, I have two highly capable, highly experienced educators. These two ladies I have lots of love and respect for. I work with them in my day job as a kindergarten teacher, and they have both come from the preschool world. Before this, they owned their own preschools, so they know both age groups very well. They know the expectations and the program requirements of both age groups. So we have Mrs. Rachel Mark.
Hi everyone.
Who is a registered ECE, early childhood educator, and also an OCT certified teacher. And we have Mrs. Kelly Scott.
Hi everybody.
Who is our registered ECE in the classroom. So they have a list for you, and we're just going to walk through that list so that you can really understand why it is a big jump and why we're so passionate in preparing children for entering school.
Thanks, Kim. Okay, so although there are a lot of similarities between the preschool program as well as the kindergarten program, they're both child-centered and educational based, but there are significant differences between the two, and we're going to go over those points right now.
So preschool is not a formal style of education for children. It's not mandated by the government that children attend preschool. Kindergarten, however, is also not mandated. It is not something children need to go to. There is the premise, though, that most people do send their children to junior kindergarten, senior kindergarten in order to prepare for their more formal years of education moving forward.
But the law says 6 years old.
6 years old, so sort of entering grade 1. So there is a presumption in Ontario that all children start their formal education in the kindergarten classroom. It is not a mandated government process. I think that's the big difference between preschool and kindergarten at this time. So the ratios in preschool are a little different. In a preschool program, you would see one teacher to every 8 students, and there's more flexibility surrounding ratios right now in the public school system. So ratios are fluctuating a little bit right now. They haven't it hasn't become sort of a standardized student-teacher ratio at this point, so the government is still working towards that. And children at preschool start at 24 months, and they leave the preschool or early years at 5. So we capture the real essence of the early years, and it covers 2 or 3 age groups. And in kindergarten, the children are starting at 44 months, and they are leaving some of them are turning 6, but they are all under 7, so that when they enter grade 1, they're all at that age of 6.
Another difference between preschool and kindergarten is the schedule of the children. In preschool, you're able to attend half days, full days, every other day, whereas in the kindergarten program, we really push for each child to attend 5 days a week, full days, every day. Another difference between the programs is the independence. So in preschool programs, a lot of the children depend a lot on the assistance of their parents, as well as the educators within the classroom. So for example, during drop-off in the morning, a lot of preschoolers come in with their parents, and their parents help them get ready for their day and put their belongings away, also entering the program with the children. Whereas in the kindergarten program, often parents will drop them off and let the children enter the outdoor play area or inside the school independently, and then the teachers encourage the children in kindergarten to get ready on their own, put their belongings away, and start their day. That being said, I mean, preschool versus kindergarten is a lot less hands-on, but the educators always assist the children if they need it, and meet them where they're at, because we never want the children to feel uncomfortable or frustrated. Another main difference between the two programs is the formal assessment. So although many preschool programs do use formal assessments and write report cards that the children carry with them, several preschool programs don't, and it's not mandatory. Whereas kindergarten programs, the Ministry of Education requires formal assessment. In kindergarten, they follow the Ontario Kindergarten Curriculum based on the 4 frames, which was updated in 2016.
Oh, and the last point we were going to cover is class options. So preschoolers tend to stay in the preschool classroom all day. They don't tend to travel outside of the classroom, and they're in the classroom with their registered early childhood educators for their full time at the school. Most preschools run their hours up to and including 6 hours a day. The preschoolers can be in a classroom. After that 6-hour period, you then become a licensed child care facility, and you would have to follow all of the extra regulations put down by the Ministry of Children and Social Services in order to run your program more as a daycare and not as a preschool. And in the kindergarten classroom, the children tend to travel a little bit more with their early childhood educator or their teacher, or both of them, outside of the classroom to places that might be considered a specialty. So maybe the art room, the gym, somebody else's classroom to look at a class project, those kinds of things, library, maybe music. And so the children gain more independence as they travel around a much bigger school with a variety of ages coming and going, and they start to build their confidence so that by grade 1 they're able to do those things pretty well on their own.
Perfect. All right, so I think that we have gone through the list, and hopefully you can see why it's a nice gradual step up from a full day program. Your child might be coming from a daycare situation, a preschool situation, full-time, part-time, but regardless of what their prior knowledge and prior experience is, kindergarten is a whole new experience, and it is a whole separate entity, and it is really the big formal start of school. So hopefully this information was helpful for you, and make sure you check out the other videos that are available to you so you do feel prepared to empower your child as they begin school. And we will have further information coming up too about how you can build their independence and support your child through their kindergarten years. Thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Bye everybody.
Bye.